Hello, everybody, and it's LeeLawlerHD. Yeah, with a very happy Mackham.
Well, happy is not the word. Over ecstatic is the word. Just can't believe the 3-0 victory. And I actually predicted 3-0 and I got that right. So overall, I'm pretty happy. The only thing I'm disappointed about is the fact I didn't put a bet on for the 3-0 because the odds were really high. So that's my only downfall.
Oh, shut up, man. To be fair, I'll give you that. You did say 3-0 at the end. I thought you were being a bit cheeky when you were saying that, mind.
I knew it all along.
But so we'll crack on with because I'm down in the dumps and I have been tortured all day, and I'm expecting it. I'm expecting to go on for a few more days, possibly even until the next derby. But what can you do? But all these Geordies that are hiding, where are you? I'll come out and speak for the Geordies. No worries, right. So we'll crack on. I'm going to let you go for the questions because I am sick of my life.
So the first one is Newcastle had 3 times the amount of shots as Newcastle. What was wrong? Was it the Newcastle's finishing was poor, or was it just Pantilimon had a great game?
It's a good question, but do you know what it is going to the derby? And it's 3-0, it looks sickening, and everybody's slating the tune for the performance. But actually, it's gonna sound proper weird, but Newcastle actually had a great performance. I know that sounds absolutely bonkers saying that, but not great. It's a bit over the top. A good performance. Any other day that could have been a different scoreline. Yeah, we had 20 shots, a ridiculous amount, but getting beat 3-0. I mean, that's probably the best 3-0 defeat I've seen Newcastle play. And even when we went down to 10 men, which I'm sure we would want to, we were equal. And you had a couple of shots. Your tactics was spot on. Allardyce's tactics were like that. Played it. Newcastle bossed just first half. I don't care what you say. I reckon that's true. What do you think?
Well, definitely first half, Newcastle just completely dominated us. We just could not get the ball at all. The only thing Newcastle probably just missed was the finishes. But yeah, just Newcastle bossed the midfield. They bossed the attack. Our defence couldn't cope. Midfield couldn't cope. But just the finishing let Newcastle down in the end.
I have to agree. I mean, we looked really promising until the turning point, obviously. The first 15 minutes, I was like, hey, this is a cracking start. This I was getting calm down at work, sit back in his seat and everything. But at the first 15 minutes, I was like, hey, this is really promising. This is about time, because all the derbies Newcastle have played shocking. They've never actually come out full guns blazing before, and this is the first time I'm like, oh, fuck me. This is decent from the tune. This could be changing. I honestly did think we were going to go, and actually, probably the only thing is you've got to take your chances when you're on top. And Newcastle this season have found, especially against Chelsea and City, Man City, and yourselves now, that when we're on top, we're not putting the chances away. So I would probably say, finishing-wise, there's a bit of a problem there. Am I concerned? No, because I think if we play like that every week, we will turn teams over who are less than the bottom 10. I think that's Newcastle's position. So everything changed, you know. I'm fucking sick, honestly.
Oh. Bless you. So probably leads on to the next question. What about the penalty and the red card?
Well, which one? The ones that we weren't given, or your ones that you had?
The one that we had.
The one that you had. Well, I'll come on that in a second, because 30 seconds before, when Wijnaldum had the ball and he flicked it around Catamol, it skinned him across the arm, and that's soft. And then he put his arm out when Wijnaldum ran past him like that. So that was just as soft as the other one 30 seconds later down the other end for me. It was a shoulder barge. I mean, if that's outside the box, is that a free kick? Probably not. You probably just kick on, play on. I think Fletcher made the most of it. I think once the ref gives it, was he last man? It's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. Is it a sending off? I don't think it is a sending off. I think it's a penalty. I didn't want to say it because I think it's soft as out. But the other one should have been a penalty. And as soon as he gives a penalty, I think Fletcher, it's not a clear. I think it's goal scoring opportunity, but I don't think it's a clear one, because then he's got to try and get round Elliott's score. I think the red card was really, really harsh. I mean, you've seen the protest. McLaren was going ape on the touchline, absolute bonkers. I was throwing my pen on the desk and everything. And obviously the protest, I'm sure the protest went in half time and everything, but and then you know who steps up, don't you? So, but what do you think? You're going to say it's a clear penalty, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to say yes, it is a penalty, but the red card is so harsh. The fact that you got to send off for just pushing Fletcher over. Yes, he was last man, but like you said, it wasn't a goal-scoring opportunity because he had to take around Elliott. So therefore, it shouldn't have been a red card. Allardyce even said that it shouldn't have been a red card, but in the law book, if you're the last man, you've got to be sent off. And I guess it just adds the icing on the top of the cake that Johnson actually took it. And then he actually ran all the way over to the Newcastle fans to celebrate in front of them also. So,
do you know when he done that? I wanted to smack him. I really did want to smack the pedo. I wanted to hit him. And I know you shouldn't say that, like, but it's one of them players, because not many people know that he actually used to be on Newcastle's books as a youngster. I think he was 15, wasn't he? And when he got released from the tune. But honestly, the one person that you don't want, I really did want to hit him. I really, really did. And before the penalty, the lead up, I thought, when he had 2 injuries, I thought this is going Newcastle's way. Newcastle were on top. You got them 2 injuries. And I'm thinking, but I thought we're going to get this. And then the penalty changed everything. And then, fucking Adam Johnson, man. I want to hit him. I really don't like him, and I hope he goes down. I hope he goes down. He's got a great touch, but it's with fucking kids, not in the box. What can he do? And then it was an uphill task when we went 1-0 down. It was. I mean, going into half time, I was foaming. I was absolutely foaming, and I've had I had to get myself out the building a couple of 10 minutes, come back in. I thought, let's go again, and then. I don't know. It's just fucking. I'm devastated.
What do you think happened in the second half? Because with the first half, Newcastle was so dominant. We came out the second half against 10 men. We thought we could do it, but Newcastle was still on top of the game, even though he's had 10 men. And then all of a sudden, we went 2-0 up from Jones hitting it in. So what went wrong there?
Well, with the goal itself, I think we'll come out. Even though we went down to 10 men, I thought we're still actually level. I don't think we're outdoing you. I think we're on the level playing field. But if you're saying, we're the better team, you haven't watched the game if you're saying that. I think we're up to the level, even I think up until the third goal, we were probably level on par. Just you took your chances where you don't. I think the second goal, who can you blame anyone? It's hard to blame on. Fair enough, Lenz was free to have the shot, but you could say Anita should have come off the line because he stood there, but you're being picky if you blame anyone. I think it's just that could happen to the other end, and that's just a general goal. You can't really say, right, it's your fault. And then he's went close with the woodwork as well, Johnson.
Yeah, what a shot that was.
Yeah, it was a hell of a shot to hit the woodwork. And then I think that was the point where we had to go and attack, because that's when we started leaving gaps at the back. We had to go for the win. We had no choice. I don't think the penalty changed the game. I think it's the sending off. I really do. I think if we were 1-0 down with 11 men, I still generally think we would have won that game. I don't think it's the penalty. I think it's the actual red card that cost us. So, I mean, a few people are saying College needs daft to do it. Probably is, but it's soft. But that is going to be the talking point for the next few days. Everyone's going to come back to that penalty decision. And then we had to go and get the goal. And then Yunus Kabul, wow, fucking hell. Where the hell did that pass come from? Yunus Kabul, who's had an awful start, and I'm a Toon fan. You'll probably say that yourself. He has had an awful start in his Sunderland career.
Yeah, he's had a horrible start.
Plays this worldie of a cross, and I have to say Fletcher finished it phenomenal. Not often I'll praise Mackems, but that was a hell of a finish. That was, again, I cannot really blame anyone. You could blame Tovan for giving the ball away to the other end of the pitch, but you had to go and get it. And it was obvious we're going to be leaving gaps, so that was to be expected, whether we're equalised 2-2, 2-1 down, 2-0. We're going to leave gaps, we'll go for the win. But 3-0, I mean, 3-0 again. 3-0 again, man. It's just fucking hell.
It's a recurring occasion.
And we're both, even you said it yourself, you were slightly worried into the derby as well. It's amazing how, 90 minutes can change your game. I mean, look at us. I mean, we had thumped Norwich the week before, and I was buzzing into this derby, and I wasn't. And then I seen the first half before the red card. I was like, yeah, this is going to be the start of our season. And then it's like, fucking hell, man. What is it with you changing manager, and then your manager wins on the second game against us all the time?
I think it just must have been the whole case of Shaw probably's asked Ellis to leave the game before, so we could bring a new manager in, knowing that it's happened in the past. So I think that was a good bit of tactics from Shaw right there.
Sorry, you'll only be in a job for 3 months and you change your manager again.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, but Sam Allardyce, honestly, just stepping aside from the derby, what do you think that's gonna kickstart your season now?
I kind of hope so, because we've got that first win. There's going to be confidence in the players now. We've got Everton coming up next week, which we have a good record against them at the moment. So hopefully that can spur us on to get the win against them. And then just hopefully after that, we can at least not lose as many games as we have at the beginning of the season and try and just progress, avoid relegation if possible.
I think he'll pick up points, but he's gonna play ugly and win ugly. I think even though he's won 3-0 today, that was quite an ugly 3-0 win, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't like eye-catching. And it was actually nice to see his stadium actually full for a change instead of loads of pink seats.
Oh,
I got that one in. I've got to get some again.
You had to.
I've got now to go on. Geordie fans filling the crowd, But yeah, I think for yous, just taking the Geordie head off, I think he's got a track record of keeping everybody up. He's never been relegated in the Premier League, which is a phenomenal feat, considering he's been at some lower-ranked clubs. He's going to play ugly football. It's just whether your fans like it. We didn't. I've said that on the preview. We hated the football he played. He hated it. I mean, we'd rather get beat 4-3 than win ugly 1-0. But it's all about results at the minute. For us at the minute, luckily, hopefully we can pick this up because we've got a couple of favourable fixtures coming up, the likes of Bournemouth and Stoke, who are in around our area. And it just goes to show the pressure. I mean, you've changed your manager. Villa have just sacked their manager today. So it just goes to show that I think Villa will start to pick up as well. And I think the likes of the promoted clubs, they're starting to come down a little bit now, the likes of Norwich and Bournemouth and Watford probably eventually. So I think it will be tight. I think we'll survive. I actually think you probably will. I don't like the way you play football, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. In the minute, it's quite difficult to try and put a positive on it because we've just been thrashed 3-0. But what can you do? What do you think about the Toons' chances then?
I think as well. You've got the quality in your side that showed up against Norwich with the likes of Wijnaldum and Perez and Mitrovic. So I think you've got a good chance of staying up. It's just got to get Cisse or someone to get the goals and just hopefully just be a bit of better finishing than what was in the derby today.
Oh, anyone bar fucking Cisse. He's gonna have Cisse. He's gonna have him on a free fucking transfer.
Fuck that.
I'll even drive it. I'll even drive you there. Do you have driving there? It's fucking awful, Cisse. You can steal. Do you know what it is? I'd rather have Riviere and not saying something because Cisse just doesn't work. But January window is a big one, probably for both clubs. I think Allardyce wouldn't have went there if he's got no money. I think he's gonna have money to play with. I think we're going to have to dip in the transfer market again after that. That was just appalling. That was absolutely appalling. It's a shame, because we haven't got money to spend. Both clubs. I know we've spent quite a bit ourselves, but I mean, we can't go out and buy 70 million for a Di Maria, for example. So. But what can I do?
And it's the likes of in January transfer window, you have to improve because Williamson, he's not a Premier League player at all. Cisse, he's not a proven goal scorer. Colaccini, I'd probably say he's not Premier League quality either. So there's 3 spots that need improving straight away. So there's a big task for McLaren there.
Oh, we've always said Colaccini, he's club captain. He'll not get dropped because he is captain, which is a shame because Mbemba has been a good start of his career. He's had a couple of indecent games. But we need to put pressure on Colaccini. Just because you're captain doesn't mean you have to start. So for me, I mean, I'd always take the captaincy away from him and give it to Dowley Amat. Give it to him because he's a leader, he performs and he drives the club forward. But it's a big ask, but try and focus on after pick myself up. I think the Toon fans, I mean, I hate seeing Toon fans hide away. I hate it because you're not a true fan if you hide away. You've got to stand up and say, right, fair enough. Everyone's going to go back to, like I said earlier on, about that referee decision. That is going to be the key point, talking everywhere. Pundits, I mean, I haven't seen any of the pundits talking because I've only been in from work half an hour. So I haven't seen what the pundits have said, but I can guarantee that penalty I bet. I mean, match of the day is on later. I bet it's the penalty discussed. I bet you. That's what it'll be for weeks. When you bump into Malcolm or you bump into Geordie, it's going to be that penalty decision. So that's what killed us. If we had 11 men, it would be a different story. I'm not just saying it because we've got beat, but I generally do think that. Generally do.
Now, with all of the talk of managers getting sacked and everything, there was a lot of pressure on McLaren before the Norwich game, seeing if he was going to get sacked. With getting beat off Sunderland, there's obviously going to be added pressure there. So do you think McLaren's going to go? Do you think he'll have a few more games? Do you think he'll last out the season?
Oh, yeah, I think he'll definitely be there for at least the season he's on the board. He got a 5-year contract. You can't sack him. It's too much money. Personal point of view, it's not McLaren's fault today. People are going, oh, he's a shite. He done that. It's not. The effort was there from the club, which was actually, for the first time in the past six, 7 derbies, that's the best performance, even though it doesn't look it on paper, saying 3-0 the scoreline. The players put the effort in. It was just the finishing at the end. For me, the effort was great. It was actually a good performance. I mean, your goalkeeper, I think Mavia, as far as I'm aware, got man of the match. But
He did, yeah.
But your goalkeeper got an 8 or a 9. That says it all. That says it all about, obviously, yeah, and now we've got to work on my finishing and so on. We've got to tweak at the back and stuff. But I don't blame McLaren for that defeat. I really don't. There's going to be fans calling for his head already. It's just daft fans and all that. They're not. They've got to look at it and think, right, the performance was there. There's stuff to work on. I'm not to get McLaren out. Not yet. Nah. I think, luckily, we've got Bournemouth and Stoke, and hopefully we'll pick up at least 3 or 4 points there. And that might start to get the Sunderland derby defeat off the minds, because we're going to have to. We're really going to have to. If we suffer another defeat, I think that's when the fans might creep in. Because the Chronicle are the Evening Chronicle are a massive influence on what Geordie fans think. If the Chronicle say get him out, everybody jumps on board. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's stupid. So I think Sam Allardyce will be safe in the job for a little while. He's a hero at the minute, isn't he?
Well, I hope so, considering we've had, 6 managers in like 3 years. So we need at least one manager that's going to stay for a long term.
I think you do. I think you need stability. You really do. You can't just keep changing manager for a derby win. I mean, I've always said I'll quite happily finish. I'll quite happily finish in the top 4 for men getting beat off Sunderland twice every year. I really would. And I know people might say, "Oh, you're not just in that," but you really would. I mean, would you rather get relegated and get 2 wins over Sunderland? Nah, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. The Premier League is the place to be. And both clubs are struggling. I mean, can you imagine if both went down and Middlesbrough come up? I mean, that'll be a joke, that.
Oh, we'll get so much stick off the Borough fans.
Can you imagine it, the Smoggies, man, Yorkshiremen. I don't care what people say, they're from Yorkshire. But nah, that's just, it would be good to have all 3 clubs, don't get me wrong, in the top division. But Tyne-Wear Derby, or the Wear Tyne Derby, is the one. I think the Tyne Tees one's just like a backup, isn't it? It's not quite the same.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, really.
Just so depressed I am.
Well, you should have seen this earlier on. I'm a lot more upbeat now, but I mean, do you know what it felt like? You're probably going to love this, and the Mackham fans that watch it as well. It felt like do you know when you got dumped off your first lass? That's what it felt like today.
Oh, God.
It was like heartbreaking, it really was. And I've had people fucking winding me up at work, and probably a couple of them are watching it as well. Really torture me, and especially a Plastic Man United fan as well. And they were playing City afterwards, and I was praying for a City win just so I can rub it in his face. But I'll get me revenge. He knows it's coming. So, but well, who he's got next?
Everton away.
Oh, you said, yeah, it's on Sky, man, isn't it? It's on the
Who's have you got?
Bournemouth, I think it's Bournemouth, Stoke. I think Leicester's coming up as well. So we'll see. The Premier League, it's just like anything could happen, isn't it? It's literally that red card turned it over. If that red card didn't happen, we'd have been talking a different game. I would have been laughing in your face. I'm done. I've had my say. I'll let you do the outros. You deserve it. Your team won. Fair enough. I'm not one of these to go on. You can have your final say. Please like the video as well.
All right, guys. So this is going to wrap up this video with LeeLawlerHD. So we have one very happy Mackham, one kind of very upset Geordie. But anyway, all of his links will be in the description below. Go over there, show him some love. He is a little bit down in the dumps at the moment. But anyway, subscribe for more videos that will come in the future, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.